There we go. It's so annoying. So it's a toggle, not a mute button. Sorry about that. Dog is being rowdy. Alright. Come here, Ryder. Yep, I figured down here was safe. Yeah. I actually still have it muted right now. I was gonna say there are settings you can set to make it so everybody is muted in here when they come in globally based on the entire system. And then when they leave, they get unmuted. Or you can unmute them while they're in here so then they can talk. Yeah. But I'm just riding horses right now. I figured I'm going to ride one up there. Elk Mountain. The U.S. Elk Mountain. Alright. Unmute voice chat. Alright, now people will get to hear you speak theoretically if I did everything correctly. I did test it with Me6 earlier.
Let me switch to a headset. I always forget I can use these guys to actually go check on the rest of the farm.
Oh, you mean the horses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just like vehicles, just leave them parked around. And wonder if they go back to eat. I know in real life, if I left my horse out on the trail, he'd beat me home.
Right. I should test it. I'll test. We'll be testing it today because I'm gonna ride a horse up to your place so we can show everybody terraforming. I did not realize that that is actually base game. which
Really, I didn't either.
which means it's 100% crossplay.
Wow. Well, that's a whole new world. If we put that stuff down onto NML, I think people are going to freak.
Well, the first thing I said is I want to make an ATV park.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Anything's possible, right? I mean, now that you have finite control over these things, it's actually pretty cool. You'll see what I mean. All right, I'm coming in.
Yeah, if I could come up with the land and build a racetrack and we had some decent vehicles to drive on it that I could buy, I would charge people to come play on it.
Well, you know, you laugh about it, but the truth is it's just a test server. Take this map and a bunch of heavy equipment and a bunch of people and go out there and, you know, build a path, you know, a roller coaster ride through the whole thing. You have to love it, right? And then it becomes a snowmobile path in the winter, and then you tweak the mods that are on it, you know?
Well, yeah, then you can start getting some of the silly vehicles, especially if it was like a dedicated server to do it on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a legit server, everybody can go to it, but realize that it's designed around this racetrack.
Yeah. So, I mean, the racetrack is just like, you know, it's like an NIH track, right?
Oh, you could do
It's
horses.
just there. Oh, if that's the case, then let's do horse racing and betting as well, so players have a way to lose their money in game and have the horses ridden by jockeys.
You could do horses too, because it's not like it's mash the gas and hope
Yeah.
you got traction. This you actually have to slow down around corners and
Yeah, we could do it like the Iditarod in the middle of winter when the trails are snow covered. Say, up, there goes Mr. Ed right off the side of the cliff, right? Disqualified.
Oh, you didn't see the end of my video that I posted. There's an end to the horse riding. I walked off the side of the mountain,
Oh, nice, nice.
and he went down it beautifully. Like
Really?
a lot nicer than I expected it. I thought it was gonna be like just a slide glitch fest. No, he galloped down the side of the mountain.
That's hilarious. Well, he does have 4 legs, so.
Yeah. All right, let me pick somebody and head up that way. I know I could fast travel, but when
Yeah.
you got
Why be in a hurry?
well, that when you got such a beautiful map.
We've never had this before.
There's been some pretty maps, but there's definitely not been anything that has been this absolutely breathtaking. This is why I came here. Ricky's nice. All the newer maps too are really nice, but there's
Yeah.
these mountains. I can
See,
enjoy them without being there.
Yeah. You get that feeling, don't you? I mean, I know I do. I've been in like the Alpine Mountains, you know, out west of San Diego, you know, laying on the beach and then 20 minutes later up skiing on a hill. But you get the same feeling, you know, the tall pines and just.
Is it their fishing stuff that comes with Ricky?
Oh yeah, there's fishing stuff too. Yep.
Oh wow.
So you could do a hatchery and you could do fish and earthworms and fishing boats and fishing tankers and processing and caviar factories and yeah.
There's a little lake that I was just going past.
Yeah, well, that could come over and function there in the same way, I think. Theoretically.
Yeah, I wonder what there is written into the map to make it work properly, or if it just needs to be near water, if that's whatever triggers the mod to work.
Well, I saw all of the mods. I saw like the truck there and stuff like that and the fish processing. But the only thing that kind of held me off a little bit, because I had the same thought, was that I don't think I found that the fishing spots were buyable or placeable. But I'll have to go back and look for that because everything hinges on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were part of the map, so. That's the only weird part, but yeah, theoretically, you know, get into the mods and play with them. Anything can be done.
So, is there specific ores and I can't think of the right word, minerals or whatever that you dig for, or is it literally just generic terrain that you're editing?
Well, it's terrain in the sense that it's all dirt, right? But in the tool that you go into when we start out, it'll actually show you what they are. So what I'll do is I'll put my screen up, and then you can kind of watch my screen while you're broadcasting, and I'll just show you what the settings are, and then from there we can just do some basic leveling and plowing and stuff, and just get a feel for how it works. But it's just like real life, huh?
Here's the best part about my settings. All I have to do is open Discord up and slide it over to this monitor.
Nice.
Did you notice on the trails all the random broken tree chunks?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, this is awesome. It's realistic.
It's very nice. I mean, I'm just so taken back, you know. So I just want to trailblaze up to the mountaintop, and put a nice little place up there. I don't know what it'll be yet, but you can go up there in the solitude. It's like up here on the mountain on this back side of it, sun goes down 2 hours before anywhere else on the server. So up here, it's like, hey, it's getting dark. Then you go to the center of town, and it's like, mid-afternoon. You're like, huh?
Did you see there is a horse icon on the map now where he's at?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's so silly. Makes sense. Gotta identify it.
Yep.
So what all have you already done up here?
All right, so we're standing here together, so let's take a walk around. So we come back up to here, just kind of have an overlook. Just a general lay of the land. This was kind of just a foot below road level when I started with it, and it was full of trees. And you can see over here, if we kind of come along the edge here, we opened up the property up here, tied it into the road. It's a little steep drop off here.
So it was like this level?
It was all pretty much this level coming by.
Oh, wow.
And it continued. So not only did we kind of like take this chunk out, we did that by driving up along the edge here. You can see none of this was here before. And just descended into here. We had to flatten this spot out to put the main building because this wasn't here, and neither was this whole lot. And then over here is Mammoth Mills. Now you notice over here that we've been busy because if we come over to this edge, this was part of a sloping plain. If we look over this way,
Yeah.
the earth came down, but this natural flat spot wasn't here.
Oh, nice. I really like it. You can really tell. Hear those pallets over there?
Yeah. Ales and cottons.
Nice.
So we carved this out using the roller and left the other part high. If you come around the back, you kind of see what the slope looked like before we touched it, right?
Yeah.
See back up on those hills how it just kind of falls back this way.
Yeah.
So this whole spot was created.
Oh, you can even
Literally.
kind of see it where you preserved a tree. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and here where I didn't, check this out. Here's my fabulous hanging gardens. Come marvel at the trees.
Oh, wow.
They're like a like a national, deficit, kind of supported by nothing, or our currency. That's the money tree the Federal Reserve cuts from.
Like
All right,
it.
so let's grab one of these devices. So, go up here. We'll take the simple one. We'll grab like one of these roller guys, okay? So I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna share my screen.
Gotcha. I'm actually watching you right now.
Okay, good. So the first thing you notice when you get in is you'll notice that, hey, there's dots on the ground and stuff. See that? That's debug mode. It kind of helps you see what's level, what's not, what's green. When I hit F1, it opens the menu. The first thing to notice is that it's got an I for open Terraform menu and then an O to enable Terraform. So when you're driving, it can have a big impact on the land. So you'll learn to hit the O button to turn it on and off. And if you hit O, like I'm going to do, notice how up in the upper right it lit up. Now it says Caterpillar, it says Terraform, it says Flatten.
Ooh.
See, and that's when that's on and enabled, it's going to do that. So how we control that is there's other buttons here that says toggle Terraform mode. Why? So if we hit that, see how it just went to smooth? Okay. And paint and flatten. So we have like 3 different settings for it. Okay. And bear in mind, if we have this on flatten, it's gonna like try to bring it level. So if it's slanted, it's gonna bite into the terrain and actually stomp it down. The slower you go, the more decay, the more it slams down the terrain. The faster you go, the lighter the effect. That's the first thing to know about it. The other thing about these guys is that, like, if I start this guy up and drive him out, and if I'm in the flattening mode, let's see. All of this section here is pretty high up here, so this is going to eventually be lowered out to join it all. But once you're in here, there's another mode. If you see the truck up in the upper left, I'm going to hit B, and that turns on. You can actually see it. See it moving on the screen?
Yep.
It's actually leveling down. That turns on those bands inside the machine that help it level. Oh yeah, so this guy's on. So you see it now. It's actually trying to level this down, flatten this land. And the green dots it's showing represent how level or unlevel it is. So the slower you go, the more of an effect it's going to have. So as we're rolling here, you can actually see it sinking, right?
Yeah.
Slower I go, the more it does. So I'm going to shut that off before I destroy it. So one of the important things is whenever you're doing work like that, is you can freeball it, or you can hit your friend, which is Control or actually Alt X or Alt C to turn on GPS.
Yeah.
Because when you're running lines like this, generally what I find what works best is that just take a second, you go in, you hop over here, and let's see, we're going to pick A plus heading. We'll just set a cardinal, maybe like 95 or somewhere around there. See what it comes up with. And then we'll come back over here, turn on the lines, and see which way it wants to go. Okay, so good. That's about right. We want to kind of go across on this to lower it. Change that width a little bit. So we're going to reset that, pull it out to about 3 feet, go plus plus, and figure, yeah, it's kind of, maybe one more. Oh, that looks perfect. Basically, you find the spot that you want to work on, and you get it lined up in your GPS like this. You hit Alt X to get on that. Generally, if I'm trying to really bring it down a lot, I'll go like 4 or 5 miles an hour. But for this purpose, if I'm flattening, what I'll do is it's on now, so I will let it start rolling on that course and turn it on now. And you can see as she's going, she's flattening away. You can slow it down just by hitting your standard keys. See how she's dropping that now?
Wow.
As long as you use this, it's your friend, because slow and steady, you run across this, and then when you get to the end of your run where you want to stop dropping, just kind of like toggle it off by hitting that O button to turn that mode, shut that mode down. So it's still vibrating away, but you can see that we just took that down quite a bit. So I'm going to come back over here again, just scoot over one notch and try to pick up the next spot and lock it in, and then hit that and turn on O again and go back to flatten. You're controlling your speed, so cruise control, use your 1 and 2 key to raise or lower to get the speed and the drop that you want.
That's amazing.
So literally, and this is just one device, we haven't gotten to the grader or anything like that. So I'm just going to let this guy go to this spot. You start to see how we end up with a much lower level field, and you just keep going back and forth over it, and it will eventually get to a level point that will stop having an effect.
Hello?
So I'm going to leave him on and go back.
This is him.
Right, so I'm going to hop out of here, stop, and to get that back. I'm going to weevil it over to the next course here.
Is that Zero that hopped in?
Hello from the other center.
Wait, what?
What's up?
When did I apply? I'm trying to figure out when I applied for a vehicle.
Zero.
Alright, so I'm going to let that guy sit. You can hop in and try him. I'll turn off that.
I'm not aware of any.
Hey, Zero, if you're going to be on the phone, you should hop out. I'm streaming at the moment.
I literally just had my car repoed like 2 days ago. I've had a car for. I've had it for a little over 2 years.
Just server mute real quick. I don't even think. Yeah, don't kick. That'll actually disconnect them. Actually disconnect it'll work too, I guess. But okay. I don't think he realized I was streaming, or he didn't realize that we could hear him in his personal conversation. But I don't think he wanted us to hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the width's already set up. So, is that I or L that opens the menu? I?
Hit F1 and you'll get the list of the Terraform commands.
Okay.
Okay? There's 2 buttons there. So like when you go into the Terraform menu, it's by hitting the I button. And you'll see that there's 2 tabs on the left. One is your equipment. You can turn on and off debug mode, which is the little dots. And the other one is materials and what you want it to do, and all the behaviors that you can set for it. It's endless. So, but for you though, you're going to hit O to activate this once you get rolling. And when you stop, hit O to stop the thing from happening. Otherwise, you'll go to China.
That is so neat.
It's amazing. I lost hours of my life doing this. But look at the results. You can literally do anything. It's not costing you a penny.
Well, yeah, because you paid for a machine to do it.
Exactly.
And the maintenance.
So, I mean, what you could do with a paintbrush pales, you can't do what this thing is capable of doing. This is just one of the tools we have here. All we do is stay on GPS coords, hop lane to lane, and we can chase the level right across and get it to where we want it. So we're using a flat. If you want to try smoothing, you can do that as well. So if there's any bumps there, we smooth it out at the end.
So you
which is actually pretty cool.
You would really kind of want to flatten and then do the smooth, huh?
Exactly. So yeah, if you run this along this edge of this rock here, you'll watch the ground drop like crazy. You can see it now. It's actually having a neat effect. So now you see why it's a bargain in this game is buying a big mountain lot like up here like this, because it's basically a giant easel. Do whatever you want with it.
You get the trees too, and you're building. It's not like you're ever going to sell it back to Global and put all that time and effort into it either.
Well, you could. I mean, you'll get your money out of it just because, you could probably subdivide it or you could do whatever. There's many million ways to do it, but someone would buy this. You put it up for auction and someone would take one look at it and say, oh yeah, because they'd see all the things that they could do, because nothing's basically done if you look at the size of this lot.
Yeah, you don't even have a plot to farm yet because you don't really need it yet.
Oh yeah, exactly. I may not be a farmer. I may be a logger or a factory guy. Why not? You come up here, it's like, boy, I can find a million things to do other than planting soy.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty neat actually seeing it come out smooth behind me.
But wait, we have a grader. So once you get through with that row, bring that guy over here. Let's park it. Let's take the next toy out. Get to know it.
She said, grader?
Oh yeah, right over here.
Parked in here.
So that one you're driving also comes with a variation of a smooth roller in the front if you want it. But I got a Volvo one that's separate from that.
So they do different stuff?
They both do the same thing, flatten or smooth. It's just I got two so I can be twice as busy. So we're going to hop over to this one now and watch my screen again, and I'll show you some stuff. Let me know when you're there.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to hit I to go into the menu. So to turn off those dots, all we do is just say debug mode off, and all those little dots are gone. Okay, back to I again, turn it on. They kind of help you see the level of the blades and stuff. Enable terraforming. If you turn that off, then all that just shuts off as well. So we're just going to go back in and leave it enabled. So this was the one I was telling you about. It says enable the machine. You could actually, you can turn it on and off for any vehicle. You can disable paint. Prevents painting when terraforming, because it'll automatically do that if you want. You can disable discharge. The most important thing to remember on this whole display is the material. See this guy right here where it says stones?
Yeah.
So if I dredge up anything from the soil, I pick the material type I want to pull up. So if I leave it at default every time you get in, it's going to default to pulling up stones. Yes, these are the same stones that you could turn into lime. You just suck them right out of the ground. So you want a pile of stones, you just pull them up. If I set this to coal, it'll pull coal out of the ground when I scrape it or dig it. If I set it to tailings, it'll pull tailings. If I set it to concrete, it'll paint it. Dirt, it'll paint it. Dirt. I can also pull gravel, sand, iron, overburden, crude oil, Alfalfa? Alfalfa hay? What? What?
Oh, wow. It's literally everything in the game. Grapes? Manure.
Oh, wait, did you? Nah, you didn't see grapes, did you?
I did. I did see grapes.
Alfalfa hay, I guess we know that's a possible. Dry corn, copper, limestone. Geez, I don't even have to leave the house, but I'm going to have a big trench in the backyard if I keep pulling all this out of the soil. Sawdust, silver ore, gypsum. Oh, wow, it's just snow? Hey, let's pull some snow out and then get some salt and see if we can melt it.
Right? That's crazy.
Overburden. Well, I didn't see grapes.
I thought I saw grapes. I'm going to have to go back and look at the video where I said grapes and be like, wait, where did I see grapes? And I didn't see it the second round.
And it vanished. Okay, so meanwhile, back to this. The material that we're going to pick for today is going to be...
It did say grapes.
It
just said grapes right there.
So if I run this over the ground, grapes are going to end up laying on the ground that you can pick up with a tractor, I'd assume. So let's... Oh, manure. This yard's turning to crap, I tell you.
Right.
Dirt. So here's what we use. I never noticed all those before. Right, so that's interesting. Right, so I'm just going to enable dirt, and when we hop in here, you'll notice that controls. Let's see. They're all the standard ones, but this is the left mouse button. Oh, wants to be started. Of course it does. Left mouse button and forward and down on the mouse brings your blade up and down. Gotcha. This will move dirt with terraforming on or off. If you slide the mouse side to side, you can set the tilt on her. See how she's going there?
So that works well, not even terraforming, to actually collect the ground.
Yeah, exactly, to collect and move it. And it has many modes. If we go up, if I hit I, look up in the right corner of the screen, or actually Y, I can flatten, I can smooth, I can paint material. So we're just going to be like, I set it to flatten, or I'll just say smooth, and discharge material is set with I. Oops, no, I think it's, what was it? F1 to C. Discharge, toggle discharge mode is B. So that would be B, and doesn't change anything. It just says discharge material. We can make it disappear and stuff.
Wasn't that the grapes thing? Wasn't that it? For material?
It was up here. So material was dirt. Okay? And that's what we're saying. We're terraforming dirt. We're discharging dirt.
Okay.
I don't think I messed with one. I just set it to the discharge is dirt. So once that's set, hang on a second. The other thing about this thing is if I hold the right mouse button and slide it left and right, see the blade go in and out.
Oh, wow.
You hop in and try that.
Oh, no.
And if you hold down both mouse buttons and move the mouse side to side, you'll pivot the body in the center. And the left mouse button up and down. Yep, there you go. So you can literally do anything. So you want to go out there and try and clean up, do some minor leveling on what we've just done out there, head out that way. Get yourself lined up. Remember, your blade will drag material and it'll break it free from the ground. So you'll start seeing little splotches of whatever the material is that you're working with. And no worries, because it's now material that can be picked up or moved. You can drop your blade down and in when you get close to where you want to go, and as you're driving, it'll level. And turn on O.
How do you turn
once
it
you're
on?
happy. O. Makes that box light up. Terraform mode. But it'll spread stuff that's around even with it off, depending on, what you hit with the blade. You'll know it's working because you'll start seeing material being left on the ground, around it, behind it.
go
On
down.
flatten or?
It's set to smooth. Oh, it's kicking stuff out, or it's changing stuff.
Yeah, it's kicking stuff out as you go, and it'll smooth. So that means it'll fill in low spots and shave off high spots. Or you can go to flatten mode, and then it'll allow you to actually terraform aggressively. And yep, you see your product getting loose now, and now you move that around.
That's insane.
If you had rocks picked, that's what it would leave there for you, is rocks on the ground. And finally, you can smooth that with a roller. It'll turn into dirt again, or you can pick it up and process it at the gold place, at the gold wash, or you can paint it back into dirt again, and it will turn solid. And so right now, we'll let you build on that until that becomes solid. So you'd paint it with dirt, and it would turn into the standard dirt again. Or you roll it until it disappears.
So
Oh, and how you... Yep.
because of how big the area was and the amount, I suppose it's like
Exactly. And then when you stop, well, when you're running the blade, it's going to start building up in front of the blade. So like when you're driving the dozer, you're pushing breadcrumbs, right? And you'll see it. It'll be like 10, 20%. If your bite is aggressive with the blade, it'll say 30, 40, 50. So if you stop when it says 40 or 50, all that dirt's going to be left in front of the blade in a big pile. And you back up. If you keep going and lift your blade up as you feather out of it, then it will become zero and it won't leave anything in a big pile. And we can try the bulldozer now, once you're happy with that.
Yeah, I was just looking at the different discharge stuff, making sure it didn't have anything insane, and it doesn't have anything insane. All stuff that...
Yep.
It's not like you can discharge grapes.
I'd love to see that. Hey, today we're gonna discharge grapes and pick them up and haul them to the factory and have some grape juice in the veranda later on. After a horse ride through the summit.
Whoa! Put that blade back, buddy.
Yeah, and put that in flatten mode and go dig out some dirt just so you can see how that works when it's down tilted like that. You get to see it really does exactly what you want it to do. So if you're digging out the side of a hill, that allows you to like really just put it where you want it. I haven't even bought another toy yet, which is the bucket scoop. You dig a swimming pool if you want.
What?
Yeah. Now, are you on flatten or smooth?
It is on smooth at the moment.
Oh, okay. What is it? Y to change that to flatten? But you can see it. Where that blade is, it's extremely sensitive.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. See it building up in front of it?
And
then when you
dumping
stop,
right next to it? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Like I said, this would blow your mind. You can put it where you want it, and then you can come along and flatten it once you have it where you want it, and roll it, and do whatever you want.
All right, let me.
Or you could scoop your hill away and run it through your gold washing plant, buy a hill that's a mountain, and turn it into a flat lot when you're through, laughing all the way to the bank, without having to drive to a mine. Because we let you mine your own stuff, you just got to pay for it. So if you pick up 82K of dirt, you pay it at the elk mine.
This thing drives so awkward.
You get used to it. That I put on. That's GPS.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for the path, so it wasn't bad. So you said you have a bulldozer. Here, I'm going to park this here before I crash it and add to my blooper reel.
Right up here. Now this one, you're going to be pushing an active pile in front of it. And when you stop, it'll leave the pile in front of it. Or if you raise the blade before you get to the end, then you'll dissipate it. You'll see. You'll figure it out. Now, whenever you're getting something, what do you have to do? You have to hit I, and you have to set the output type because it's going to default to what? Stones.
Gotcha. So,
But you can see, go turn it into stone first. Don't change it, and you'll see what happens.
so I'll start pushing these other piles, and it's going to change it to stone.
It'll change whatever it digs up to stone.
Oh,
Stuff that's already dirt stays dirt unless it's leveled in. Same for anything else. You paint over it. So select your modes. Just basically the O key. You know.
Alright. It's a little narrow.
And you'll position your blade, and as you're rolling forward, you'll see it, a number building, and that'll be how much is in front of your blade, how much material you're dragging along with you. And when you stop, it'll all appear in front of you, the excess. But you won't see it while you're driving. To see that number on the lower right changing once you set the blade depth.
I can't find a good path up here.
Yeah, we're trying to lower all that stuff along the edge of the rocks up there, so.
I'm gonna go right into this area right here again, just because I want to see.
And remember, you can't do any harm because whatever you do, we can undo with the same heavy equipment. It's just moving dirt. Literally, you can play here forever. It's like a giant sandbox.
What's the bat go down when you lower plow? That's not a plow.
That's a ripper. It's been digging up roots from trees, and you can plow with it.
You can see.
You put it down.
You can see it building up.
Yeah. And that's looking good.
Why is it? Oh, here we go. So that's it working with it not even on.
With you not even moving because you have O on, it's going to pile up dirt in front of it, depending on how deep the blade is. Yeah, and then as soon as you shut that off or back up, you're going to have a pile in front of you. That's why you only hit O when you're moving, or it'll dig right where it's at. Oh, I can see your blade up in the sky.
It's not.
You can see you. It's not what?
It's not picking anything up. Oh,
Yeah,
it
oh.
is. It's got a ball of something on it.
Huh? Oh, gravel, rocks.
Oh yeah. This is insane. I like this for its actual non-terraforming use.
Yeah, and this is yeah. It takes a little effort to steer that too. I mean, it takes a little bit of when you're pushing stuff. I see you're back to making dirt with that, right? Took it out of stone mode.
No, that's what was there from.
Well, go in and change your mode to dirt internally.
Well, I haven't actually seen it spit out stones because I've just been moving dirt.
All right, so let's see what it does. Just plow something up and see what it picks up. You can stop.
Yeah, it's not ejecting.
Okay.
Anything.
All right, so what mode do you have? Let me check.
It is terraform.
Alright, so it says terraform material. Okay, so gotta hit flatten or something. So that's what I did. I just put it in flatten mode.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, wow. Alright, these machines are absolutely amazing.
You can pick this up and you can turn this into lime or whatever because that's an actual pile of rocks.
Oh, wow.
See, so that's why you turn that control to dirt. And if you wanted to make coal right next to it, you could. It'll plow up anything. That's how it's used at the mine and then whatever you do plow up, you just pay the mine for it. So the mine sells stones, but they can come from anywhere on the map.
So
And dirt.
if you pull something out of the ground, the mining company has to get their kickback, so to speak.
Yeah, it's $15 per 1,000. So I think that's a pretty reasonable price.
Well, yeah, because you can use it to make stuff, yeah.
Exactly. It has to have a cost basis. So
Yeah. I was wondering how that was going to be handled, and rather than say something, I let everything play out. Yeah, that's amazing. That's a brilliant way to handle it, because then people aren't just pulling stuff out for free. There's still a cost basis for its removal.
Oh, sure. So now with this pile of rocks, go ahead and get into landscape mode with painting and paint that down. I'll show you how to clean this stuff up. Because you'll notice right off that you can't build where any of this dirt is on the ground.
So
It'll tell you can't. It'll say, there's an object in the way. So you have to landscape it back into dirt or roll it. But yeah, you probably want to set that guy to dirt mode internally. And then discharge material is dirt.
Discharge, it is set to dirt.
Okay, so let's go into, you got that set. So let's go into landscaping mode for a minute, and I'll show you how to paint this stuff.
I'm on
Just go.
paint now.
Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. We'll run over that and see how that works.
Oh, wow. It picks it up and deletes it. So if people don't want to have to pay for stuff, they can just push it back into the ground.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're just smoothing it like a real dozer would, spreading it. But let's say you're done now, and it won't let you build there. So now you go into landscaping mode.
Okay. How do you get into landscaping mode? Oh, I was doing that without even...
Purchase. Yeah, just go into purchase landscaping mode and hit paint. And then just paint these spots on the ground with dirt. And you'll notice that they turn into, that the spot becomes buildable right after you do that. Right now it's not, because this is actual material on the ground, and it knows it's not ground. Unless it's rolled, smoothed under, or painted.
Oh, nice.
See, and it doesn't cost you anything to do that, as long as it's just dirt.
Yeah. Wow. So you literally, there's nothing holding anybody back from any of the land. It doesn't matter how hilly it is. It just matters how much time you want to put into it.
Right.
And obviously, if you're going to pick a mountaintop to build a paradise on, you should have the coins saved from working a farm to do that.
Well, yeah, there's no other way to get there. This stuff's expensive, the land's expensive, so this is like a $1.6 million lot. But if you run up here to the top of it, right, you'll see where this thing goes, and it's just incredible. There's literally nothing you can't do. You want a big field to plant on, you can have it. I mean, it's just like guerrilla warfare up here, so you've got all this beautiful landscaping, and you can put buildings wherever you want because you're able to carve out these little spots. Like, so if you were going to do terrace farming down the side of a mountain, imagine what you could do, right?
You could do little rows of grapes up and down the mountainside.
So follow up this way. I'll show you a little bit of this land.
Here's the other thing too. I'm going to sit still for a second. And the ping is not horrible. It's dropped all the way down to 48, and I haven't seen it hit over 60 very much. And this is a heavily terraformed area, holding a good ping with mods and the 8 million things my computer's doing right now. I'm really impressed right now.
Let's go back up here. If you open up your map and see where you're going. Get where I made this go. It's a good path to head off on. We'll go up to the highest point in the game, or one of the highest points. There's a lot of nice places on this land.
Yeah, I can see how you would lose hours up here. Oops, just pulled out a chainsaw.
Yep. But now we're starting to get to the peak here. See on the mountain terrain, if you have your mini map open coming up where we're at?
Yeah.
See, I've driven the grader up here. There's still spots on the ground.
Yeah, I saw that.
So look at this. This is the absolute peak of the mountaintop. This whole area, out to the edge. Look at that. This is where you get to see everything around all 360 degrees of the map. So if this were forested and cleaned up a little bit, and this big, giant, massive top were kind of graded, you imagine what you could put up here on top of the world.
Yeah, this is beautiful up here. And, oh, man. Yeah, just work. That's, I mean, and it's no different work either. It's following lines and going back and forth.
Exactly. It's, yep.
Planning your stuff. I don't know what Giants did with this one, but this is amazing. This isn't even Farm Sim anymore. It's Agricultural Simulator.
Yeah, and now with this, you can assemble your own freaking DOT work crew of 5 or 6 people on heavy equipment and come up here and work this like a real foreman would in a massive public works project to get this thing ready, because it takes all these, deforestation guys going, plow guys, stump grinders. You could have a bunch of equipment running and building superhighways through here if you wanted to, but you just get a feel for the depth of this and how much space there really is up here. It's just incredible. It's all beautiful rolling land.
You got me in the map shopping. I'm like, all right, I got to get rid of this property. Whoa, how did I jump up in a tree? I'm up a tree.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta find.
Let's
see this.
I mean, this has got to get clipped now.
Wait! There you are. Holy crap! Yeah, I gotta get a picture of this. You are definitely. Don't move.
Not going anywhere. You get a violent dab up in a tree.
My God, you got treed.
That's...
Let me get another one from back here. Hilarious, man.
That's great.
This too. Holy Moses, man.
See, I'm telling you, this stuff just happens to me.
Oh, you landed on me.
All right.
Oh, it's funny as hell.
10,
I think that was the absolute highest spot on the map, too. You got as high as you can get on this map. I didn't know you could tree climb.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do it, and I'll never do it again. All right.
Oh, we got the photos.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so if you go to the map and just click X for farmland, just click on the box where we're at, which is this red dot up top. Just look at the field info for this guy, and look at all the places this lot goes. Now, we were up here at the peak on the upper left-hand side, where you see the burn ridge.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate edge. Just to the south of us is a mine. It comes with this property as well.
Yeah.
It includes all the road. It includes almost. It doesn't include. So at the mouth of that red trail is where my property line ends on this one lot. Look at the lot next to us with Hatchet Lake. See that one over here to the right?
Yeah.
Is that amazing or what? And there's another peak over here to the left, to the south of the Burn Ridge.
Oh my goodness, that far northeastern piece that runs all the way down the river.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now
that's what you want to look at.
If you go over to the west side of the map and you click on lot 6, yes, that's my little lot that will not be mine here soon, because I'm getting one of these bigger lots.
See, I told you. Looking at it and seeing, and I know the wheels are turning in your head now.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I'm just surprised that they did that much with terraforming and it's like I said, it didn't do any lagging. The only thing it did was put me up in the tree and gave us some amazing content to share with everybody.
Yeah. It's a beautiful map, man. No other map. I've never been on a map like this. Have you?
No. They did a
So
very good job.
let's go down this side of the map because this one comes with a mine as well. It's like you head over to let's see, yeah. All right, so keep heading this way. So this looks like real forest to me. Oh yeah, I do have a scooper. What do you know? I forgot about one. He's up here harvesting coal.
What?
Look at this giant plateau here. Isn't this sweet or what? Oh, the mine. But literally, the mine can be anywhere. If you buy a mountain with a hill, you can turn it into, just sell it off one chunk at a time. Imagine all the animal bonds you could hide in the woods, you know, carve out little niches for them all. It'd be like, it's the antithesis of factory farming.
Yeah, as soon as that auto logger goes in, or auto load logger goes in, I would definitely be up to it. But I have loaded by hand logs before, and hooey, time consuming, frustrating.
Okay, so hop down to where I am.
Where'd you go?
Sawmill. Because I got logs. I got the auto loader loaded. So you didn't even notice because it was in the mod pack already that we have.
Why don't I see you?
I'm down at the western part of the map by Elk River where it does the loop-de-loop going out. It says Sawmill to the west of the export center.
I'm like blind today. Import export. Oh, west. Okay. Ha! I'm looking at the wrong side of the map. That's why. That's great. All right, here it comes.
There's a vehicle you can hop into.
I thought I knew where I was looking for. So this is the autoloader?
It's a medium-sized one.
Oh, nice.
But the sawmill isn't taking it, so we need you to figure out why and debug later in single-player mode or what. Figure out what Ricky Mod's interfering with it.
Gotcha. Oh.
Yeah, she's a beautiful rig. She picks up and drops the logs, man. Makes it easy.
All right.
So this is our final hurdle, is just getting lumber. Getting this converted into planks.
Well, yeah, I wonder, I'm digging through the mods now. I'm trying to think of what would have wood-related.
What would conflict with this one? Yeah. If something does conflict with this, then I'll have to find. I was trying to find a third-party sawmill that I could drop down because if it's the Ricky Carpentry place, it makes the pallets and the crates. So if it conflicts with this, this is the one that's got to go, unfortunately, or we just leave this alone. But you know, at some point, it's got to be built. So I don't know. Maybe
Carpentry mill. That's the first one I would pull.
Yeah, and it's probably going to do it. That's probably what the issue is. It's probably using the same name or something. It's referencing something.
I can chop down some trees and grab an autoloader in single player and check it out. But that would be my very first suspect. Would be that.
Yeah. Yep. So that was it, and I know this thing worked because I think Jeff A said that he had put through a few logs before, and turned them into planks or something when he was testing. So I think it used to work. And we broke it with one of ours, so. That's all that prevents us from making.
Where's the actual trigger for this at?
Oh, for the building?
Yeah,
or for the drop?
To sell them, yeah.
Oh, we're parked on it. See it? There's the drop point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we sure are. Okay,
tried dropping them on the ground there. It didn't pick them up.
There's not a... Shows one map that had another trigger that you had to click and tell it to sell it. But the only trigger I see is this one. I can't tell if there's another trigger under it or not.
Oh. There's a... You know, this one's got a wrench inside the office up front here, but it's just a wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't see any other triggers on here, so I don't know, maybe after I park back on it, go click on the wrench and see if,
Yeah, it says the incoming material is wood and the outgoing is planks and wood chips, so the wood it shows is a tree. On the code I saw, it said logs was one input and wood was the other. That's all it's got is logs laying around, so you would think it would take the ones on the truck because they look exactly like the ones laying around.
yeah. Huh. But the weird part is it's not even saying that it doesn't accept it. So it's like it's almost not even recognizing it as an item.
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
Are these actual pick-upable logs here, or are they just built
Oh,
up?
I cut them down. I could turn them into wood chips, so... No, but you're right. The picture shows a tree coming in, and these count as trees.
And is that really the trigger?
It looks it to me. I don't know. I might have to go back and watch a video on someone else using it, but they show Jeff A. ran, he said. That's all I see looking around the area.
I wish I could pick up a single log. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna cut a piece and see if maybe they're just too big for it to recognize it.
Huh. I guess. Alright, so let's see.
If I can. It won't even let me cut it. Oh, there it goes. This thing is so cranky.
There's one hanging off this side over here. Tried to stall it.
No, that did not do anything. Right here at least.
Alright, so I got one.
Did it sell it or no?
The truck's parked on it. I think I gotta move it.
Huh. Yeah, we should definitely be close enough. It shouldn't be
Yeah, these should go right in. So something's conflicting.
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's the best it can do, and that's our final hurdle. And it means deleting something we don't use. Great.
Yeah, it seems like, well, so it was the little tailor shop. It doesn't
Yep.
seem like anything else has had any issues so far, but...
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen any real issues either, so I'm gonna
No.
go back to testing that.
Now, does this take trees?
Go in the office and you'll see. There's a tree right in this office over here.
What's this right here? Hold on. There's a... Haha! There's a sell wood spot right here.
What? How do you know that?
Because I just highlighted it and it said sell wood. But this... I think it's expecting planks.
Oh, it says sell wood.
No,
shows
it
trees.
says woods. Yeah, incoming material, wood. Outcoming planks and wood chips. What was that? I don't have that debug mode that shows where the triggers are.
Oh, I do.
Actually, you wanna just pull that mod real quick and bounce the server, and then we can just check it right now.
Let's try that. So F5. Oh, yeah, here's the circle. I see it.
Oh, okay.
See it on my screen?
Yeah.
And is there another one back here? Yeah, there is. It's right here. Oh, you got that stuff in the circle. All right, so something's interfering with it.
Yep, I would 99% call it that Reiki sawmill.
It's not a sawmill, it's a carpentry mill.
Yeah,
Let's try that first, yeah.
that's what I meant, carpentry mill.
All right, let's turn that off and see what happens.
Let me save real quick. Oh, well, no, we have.
Oh, yeah, save, please.
Password's changed. And I'm streaming, so you'll have
Oh,
to do
yeah, not a problem.
Oh, wait a minute, no, my caps is on. Ha, I'm a schmuck. Alright, it is saved and I am logging out.
All right. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, so many ideas. So many more contracts I need to do.
That's just it. It's so expensive, man. You know, you start following these dreams up in the hills, man, and that's where your money's gonna go. It's like and it's gone. So bakery, bulk carpentry. So let's try that one. All right, so she's gone, and let's go back and restart her and see if that was the ticket.
If that was it, that stuff should be sold or sell as soon as you step on the property, because it was right on the. No, you got to run over and click the sell wood button still.
Oh, or it won't sell it? Really? It doesn't just pull it out of your truck?
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was saying earlier. Was there used to be a spot where you had to go. There was supposed to be another trigger, and that was the other trigger. Was you went there and told it to sell. So yeah, you would take your truck, drive on top of it, hop out. Click
Oh,
sell
that way
wood.
you didn't accidentally sell your whole load while you were driving there. Oh, okay. I see.
Oh.
So you had to go to the office.
You want to know something spooky? My
What?
1K clothing ended up in my other autoloader. How? I don't know. But I know for a fact I did not put any clothing in that autoloader. And that autoloader was back on my farm in front of my spinnery.
Well, that autoloader can steal from other autoloaders just by driving by it on the highway. If you pass each other, pass another autoloader, it'll steal shit right off their truck while they're driving the other way without them knowing.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's great. You could do a drive-by. I cleaned out someone that way the other day. I did it to Gramps. I did it to Jeff. Just a drive-by while they were delivering their load. And poof, I had half of it. They didn't even know it. Because if you use the box truck, it doesn't show that. They don't see all the stuff hopping over to yours.
That's hilarious.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. And we discovered that. We were laughing our ass off. We knew that back on Elm Creek you could do it.
You got to where you really give people their social distancing space.
Yeah, it adds a whole new meaning to it, doesn't it?
Stay over there. You're not stealing my shit.
Oh, yeah.
Accidentally or not. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and end my stream so we can unmute Zero.